What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to focus on how to block punches at different levels, how we go about making sure we effectively cover the entire body, and what we should be doing if somebody starts with a punch up to the head, but then changes down to the body and goes back to the head. How do we minimize the chance that we're going to leave openings that can be exploited? That's what our episode is all about today. So just grab a pair of gloves and get ready to follow along. Alright, one of my motivations for making this episode today was a message I got this morning. Somebody messaged me, or actually YouTube comment I believe, maybe Instagram comment. There's a lot coming through so I can't remember which one it was. But he just said, oh my gosh, Gabriel, your videos are helping so much. And even my coach has commented recently on my improvement. And he said, that's all to you. And I responded and said, well, no, it's actually to you because you're the one putting the hard work in. But I really appreciate messages like that. It lets me know that I'm on the right track and people are actually improving their skill set. Now, something I've been wanting to touch on for a while, but I didn't know if people would be interested in, is just going through and showing people how to change levels in blocking, not to keep themselves in that position where, they might block a headshot, but then not understand the body is really open and what they can do to protect that area at the same time. So this will be a full tutorial. Not super long, but enough that hopefully by the time we finish, you have a great understanding of how to block, and hopefully you will improve. And coaches out there will notice the improvement because you guys are following along with these videos. And if you're like the fellow who messaged me and you're going, wow, yes, I am improving because of these videos, please give this one a like, because yes, they take some time and energy to put together. So every little extra bit of love that comes my way is really appreciated. So what I want to start with today is the idea that blocking punches just to the body is fairly easy, and blocking shots just to the head is fairly easy. Now, you will notice that many kickboxers and people like myself even prioritize head defense. If I have an option, or the option of trying to protect my head or protect the body, I will definitely protect my head. Now, to be able to do that, I have to have a very strong core. So whenever you see me block shots like this, it's because I know that if the body shot comes, I'm protected. I'm 100% flexed. Now, I actually did a video yesterday, you can check that out right here, which is talking about how to learn to hold your stomach tight, the kind of training and conditioning you need to do to be able to protect your head and solely focus on the head, but if you take body shots, you're okay. And that's what happens very often in my fights. I go, oh, you know what, if I take a body shot, it's not gonna hurt me because my stomach is so conditioned. But it is still good to focus on what we're going to prioritize today, which is blocking both levels and doing it safely so we don't compromise any area. Because by doing this, yes, I have compromised my midsection. So what we need to focus on is minimal movement. We don't want to see a body shot come and go, whoop, or see a headshot come and go, huh, even though this is one of my favorite blocks. If we're trying to prioritize blocking everything, we do not want to utilize this one. So for the sake of today's video, we're going to make all the motions very, very small. I want to start with the idea that I'm throwing a jab to your face and a cross down to your body. Now, as we move on, this will get more difficult, but for the purposes of the beginners out there, we will start with that. 1, 2. How do I go about blocking those two shots? Well, let's say I'm here and I turtle shell. We'll just use that for our first one. Turtle shell. It's very difficult for me now when the body shot comes to close my elbows entirely. So what I like to do is I like to go turtle shell and then feed one elbow across. That's sort of my go-to body block. I know the jab is coming, so I close up and then I see the body cross, boom, just like that. Now if your back is dead straight like this, you cannot do that. You're not going to be able to protect your midsection. So curl your back a little bit. You need to be rounded. It's a very improper posture, but it works. Let's go through on a count. Block, block. A little turn of the shoulder and just rotate that across that elbow and make sure this hand does not drop. It stays connected to your head. On my count, 10 of them. Ready? 1, and you can go as fast as you want. 2, 3, 4, my hands never leave my head. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, what we should see here is Imagine somebody's coming 1 and 2, and they're putting lots of energy and effort into throwing those big shots. That's a lot of movement. The guy on the other side only has to do this. We want to minimize our energy output on defense, and making sure we don't switch our hands and do a lot of this is going to help with that. So now let's move on to, we block the head shot, we block the body shot, and then we block a head hook. And you notice I'm not lifting my elbow really high. I'm keeping everything fairly tight and just doing the smallest little block. I always like movement. I don't like just standing here doing nothing. I feel like I'm a punching bag and I get banged around a lot if I stay in place. So it's just a matter of tiniest little motion. I find it helps ricochet the shot, absorb the shot. So now 1, 2, 3, and you're just going to respond with 1, 2, 3. You just see I turn and just tighten up the entire side of this body. Keep my elbow tight so there's no big space for the body hook if I misread it. Ready, 10 counts. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you can see again now, 3-piece combo. The guy's going 1, 2, 3, lots of work, and I'm just going but, minimal work. From here, let's imagine that the guy comes 1, 2, 3, and then smart, he switches levels. He comes down to this side. So what we should be doing is going block the body shot, block the head shot, and I'm already covered here for the body shot. So I don't have to do much except try and make sure you really flex through the oblique. Because there's always an opening. I can't cover everything. So if the guy comes around my elbow and gets me back here, I want to make sure I'm tight. If I were to go, okay, I'm going to, counter that and pull my arm back, then he might slide across the front. There's always some sort of opening, so I have to maintain tension in the stomach. So let's run through that one more time. The attack is 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're just going to block, 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 block. You can see a little drop at the end there. I just pull my elbow to my hip without my hand leaving my head. It's a knee bend and just sucking this shoulder towards this hip. Boom. By just kind of collapsing through the oblique. I find that collapsing in here pulls all the muscles together, and now I feel extra protected. This side in turn feels extra exposed. But if you know the shot's coming to this side, crunch in. Now from there, I hardly feel that. This side, on the other hand, that's as hard as I want to hit myself because the ribs are all exposed. Protect the ribs, condense down. Ready, 10 counts. And 1, block, 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 block. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can see here the simplicity in the blocking. I'm not doing too much work. The guy's throwing that big combo and I'm just keeping everything as chill as I can. Now, of course, there are alternative ways to blocking. You don't have to stay right here and do all that work. But for the sense or the simplicity of this video, where we're talking about people switching levels, we do want to be very careful about utilizing other tactics. So I'm not even going to talk about them today. We're just going to keep everything really tight. From here, let's talk about cross to the body, and then the hook up to the head, and then we'll come with another cross to the body. That's the attack. I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3. And a lot of this is me just rolling through my hips and letting the elbow and the hands do that little deflection. Parry, parry, parry. 1, 2, 3. Keeping the hands tight to the head again. Ready, 10 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What we should see here constantly is the speed difference in which I can attack 1, 2, 3, and the guy can defend 1, 2, 3. If you look at the speed timing, I mean, I'm going to throw everything fast, so you might not see a massive difference, but me going 1, 2, 3, That's as fast as I can pretty much go, as opposed to this, where I go. I can get things done so much more because my range of motion, the movement that I have to do is tiny. So if I can go 1, 2, 3 in like, you know, a tenth of a second, as opposed to this thing which takes like half a second, in turn, blocking those techniques should be fairly easy, assuming you drill this kind of stuff lots and your eyesight is on point. I honestly don't know if this episode is going to be of any interest to many people out there, so we're going to do one more combo and we're going to call it. But if this is something that you're enjoying and you're going, no, don't stop, I want more, I want a full tutorial, because we could do this for half an hour, especially if we have partners to work with, and I had a partner to work with. If you want more of this, just let me know in the comments below so I can make a full tutorial. But often these little episodes are sort of feeling out for what I need to do more of in the future. So from here, let's go for our final combo. We're gonna go jab, upper, hook, and then body down low. We're going to be very careful on this one because we want to make sure we're not going to go 1, 2, 3, everything high, and then 1, 2, everything low, and expose ourselves. That's a mistake that people make. Jab, upper, hook, body. Jab, upper, hook, body. We deal with the jab, whoop. We deal with the uppercut, get the elbow across. We deal with the hook, and then body. Just like I said before, turn and turn. A little bend through the knees and a little drop to each side. So if I did misread one of the body shots, I have not compromised my face. Again, jab, upper, hook, body, boom, blocking. Do the nice little parry across for the jab. Just roll the hand over the head. Elbow comes across so that they catch here for the uppercut. Little block and then drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ready. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Made a couple mistakes there at the end. My mind was moving somewhere else. What we can do very often is make sure that we play around with our defense, where we don't always imagine the guys going, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we get that tempo down as well, where somebody is really trying to bang in the hard shots. When you do your defense, play with different tempos. Sometimes pop, and then sometimes 1, 2, 1, 2. So you're always ready for that different pace that might come. We don't want to overcommit and always think everybody's going to be fast and then get caught because we block too early. So guys, that's the little tutorial I have for you on switching up levels when you're blocking shots. And just make sure the hands don't leave the head, elbow to the hip when you block the body shots. When you block the head shots, we're not coming up high, unless of course you're very comfortable with that, lifting the elbow to protect the entire head, but exposing the body and knowing it has to be super tight as a result of that. So if you guys enjoyed the episode, please give it a like. If you haven't already, join the channel and get subscribed. As always guys, train hard, and I'll see you back here soon for another video.